Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape, especially the NFC East, you know that things are heating up in a way we haven't seen in quite some time. And the buzz around Eagles fans right now is all about a blockbuster move that could redefine the division, and quite possibly, the entire conference. We're talking about the potential acquisition of Max Crosby, the disruptive edge rusher from the Las Vegas Raiders. This isn't just any trade rumor. Insiders like Adam Schefter are pointing to some serious shifts coming. Imagine Crosby, a guy who's been a Pro Bowler since his days at Eastern Michigan, making his way to Philadelphia. It would be a seismic move, a true game changer, and it could have ripple effects that last for years in the NFC East. Let's dig into the details, because this isn't just speculation. This is about strategic moves that could propel the Eagles even further towards Super Bowl glory. The Raiders, currently sitting at 2-4 with a defense leaking points at a rate of 28 points per game, are in a rebuild mode. Their cap space is tight, only about $8 million, and they need to shed some of their assets, which makes Max Crosby, a player with a hefty cap hit, a prime candidate to be moved. The Raiders are in a tough spot. They need picks, they need cap relief, and they're clearly looking to rebuild. Trading Crosby could be a smart move for them, especially since they're also shedding some cap space to bring in rookies and draft picks. But for the Eagles, this move could be transformative. And why Crosby? Well, he's not just a name, he's a proven force on the field. This season, he's been a monster, tallying 14 tackles solo, which puts him right up there in the league's top rankings, and he's been relentless with 2 sacks, ranking him around the top 40 in the league. He's also forced fumbles with 1 fumble recovery and has an interception, showing how versatile he is. His EPA per snap is plus 0.18, which indicates he's making a real impact every time he's on the field. His career numbers are impressive: 247 tackles, nearly 60 sacks, and 22 forced fumbles, all while maintaining a PFF grade of 92. 1 in 2024. Plus, his YAC allowed on runs is just 2.1 yards, which shows his ability to contain and shut down plays, and he's forced 12 touchdowns in his career. Now, let's talk about his recent performances. In Week 4 against the Browns, Crosby had 3 tackles and a sack, with a negative EPA per rush of minus 0.22, highlighting how effective he was against a strong rushing attack. His injury history is minimal. A back issue in 2025 cost him 1 game, but he's been remarkably durable, starting 94 out of 100 possible games in his career. His comparison to the likes of Watt at his peak is no exaggeration. He's a top 3 pressure creator in the league, with 85 pressures in 2024, and he's a game wrecker on every snap. If the Eagles manage to land Crosby, it would be a move that could redefine their entire defensive approach. The projection, based on his production, is an additional 10 sacks per season, which would significantly elevate the pass rush. His presence alone boosts the team's overall rush grade, which has already seen a rise from 85.2 to possibly over 90, making the Eagles' front 7 one of the most feared in the league. The synergy with other pass rushers, especially Reddick, who already has 8 sacks in 2025, would be electric. The Eagles' defense could become a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks, and the impact on their win rate versus double teams could increase by about 25%. Crosby's matchup stats versus Sweat show him gaining plus 1.8 pressures per game and a 15% increase in hurry rate, which means he's constantly threatening the quarterback. When you add Reddick into the mix with his 8 sacks, the Eagles' defensive line would be virtually unstoppable. This would give Jalen Hurts more time and space, translating into more possessions per game, roughly 8 extra, and more scoring opportunities. Historically, when teams have added a player like Crosby, similar to how Von Miller boosted the Rams in 2021, the impact on the defense has been dramatic. limiting opponent yards and forcing turnovers. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the Super Bowl odds are shifting dramatically. From plus 1,200 to plus 700, the Eagles are now seen by many betting markets as a serious contender, especially with Crosby in the fold. The NFC favorites now hold odds around plus 250, and the addition of a player like Crosby could push the Eagles to the very top of that list. His presence is an X factor, particularly in the playoffs, where the game becomes more about individual matchups and dominant defensive lines. Crosby has shown he can disrupt even the best offensive lines, and his ability to destroy the pocket in snowy conditions or in high-pressure moments makes him invaluable. His impact on EPA, expected points added, would be a boost of around 20% against elite offensive lines, further cementing his role as a game-changer. In conclusion, this potential trade isn't just about acquiring a star pass rusher. It's about shifting the entire dynamic of the Eagles' defense, and by extension, their championship hopes. Crosby's addition would be a turbo boost, elevating the team's sack total from an already impressive 18 to over 28 projected sacks, making them arguably the best pass rush in the league. For the Raiders, it's a different story. They're trading away a top player to try and rebuild, but the risk is real. Their defense, which is currently 28th in yards allowed at 380 per game, could take a hit, and their rebuild is now more uncertain. It's a classic case of a team going all in for the future versus a team trying to stay competitive now. And for the Eagles, this isn't just about one player. It's about creating a dynasty, about cementing a legacy. Crosby in green could be remembered as a pivotal figure in Philly's pursuit of back-to-back Super Bowls, much like the impact Von Miller had for the Rams in 2021. His relentless style, his ability to pressure the quarterback, and his knack for making game-changing plays could turn the tide in the NFC and beyond. It's a bold move, but in today's NFL, boldness often wins championships. So stay tuned, Eagles fans. This story is far from over, and the next few weeks could be some of the most exciting in franchise history. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Eagles are clearly positioning themselves as serious contenders. With Jalen Hurts leading an explosive offense and now bolstered by a dominant pass rush, the possibilities are endless. The recent losses to the Giants have been a wake-up call, but the team's overall trajectory remains upward, especially if they can add the kind of talent Crosby offers. The coaching staff, led by Nick Sirianni, has shown they're willing to make bold moves when necessary. They've already proven they can adapt and maximize their roster's potential, and bringing in Crosby could be the ultimate chess move, a move that might just secure them another Super Bowl appearance. And let's not forget the history of the team. The Eagles have always been about resilience, about overcoming odds, about punching above their weight. The 2017 Super Bowl victory was a testament to that spirit, and with players like Crosby potentially joining the fold, that spirit lives on. His style of play, his relentless pursuit of the quarterback, and his ability to disrupt entire offenses align perfectly with the Eagles' identity. It's about playing smart, aggressive football, and Crosby embodies that ethos. So, Eagles fans, the excitement is real. We're on the brink of what could be one of the most impactful trades in recent NFL history. The division, the conference, and potentially the entire league could be shaken up by this move. The Eagles are positioning themselves for greatness, and Crosby might just be the missing piece to complete their puzzle. As we watch this story unfold, remember that in Philadelphia, we believe in boldness, in passion, and in the relentless pursuit of excellence. This is what makes being an Eagles fan so special. We're always dreaming big, and this season might just be the one where those dreams turn into reality. So keep your eyes peeled, stay tuned for more updates, and as always, fly, Eagles, fly.